A long time ago in ancient India, in the grand city of Kapilavastu, lived a young prince named Siddhartha Gautama. He had everything a prince could dream, of golden palaces, comfort, and a loving family. One day, he married a beautiful princess named Yasodhara, and soon they had a son. They named him Rahula, meaning bond or fetter, because he was the bond that tied Siddhartha deeply to his royal life. But Siddhartha was not at peace. Outside the palace walls, he had seen suffering old age, sickness, death, and a wandering monk who seemed calm beyond all pain. These sights changed him forever. One night, when Rahula was still a small child sleeping peacefully, Siddhartha made a painful decision. He quietly left the palace. He looked back once at his sleeping wife and newborn son. The night was silent. Even the guards did not hear his footsteps, and then walked away into the darkness, not as a king, but as a seeker. When Rahula grew a little older, he began to ask questions. "Where is my father?" he asked his mother. Yasodhara did not speak with anger. She only said softly, "Your father has gone to find something greater than a kingdom. He has gone to find the truth." Rahula did not fully understand, but he felt the emptiness. Other children had fathers who taught them to ride horses, to shoot arrows, to sit on royal thrones. Rahula had only stories of a father who had disappeared into the forest. At times, he would stand on the palace balcony and look toward the distant trees, imagining a man in simple robes walking alone among them. Years passed. Siddhartha Gautama left behind his royal identity completely and lived as an ascetic. He endured hardship, meditation, and deep reflection. Eventually, he attained enlightenment and became known as the Buddha, the awakened one. Meanwhile, Rahula grew up inside the palace, surrounded by luxury, but carrying a quiet longing in his heart. He was intelligent and kind, but people often reminded him of his father's absence. "Your father abandoned the throne," some whispered. But Rahula never responded with anger. Instead, he became thoughtful, patient, and calm beyond his years. One day, after Buddha had begun teaching the path of peace and liberation, he returned to Kapilavastu. The city was different now. People had heard of the enlightened one who had awakened to truth. Curious crowds gathered to see him. Rahula, now a young boy, also came forward. He saw a monk sitting peacefully under a tree. Something about his presence felt familiar, calm, strong, and deeply loving. His mother said gently, "That is your father." Rahula hesitated. Years of questions rose in his heart. Slowly, he walked toward the man. "Are you my father?" he asked. The Buddha looked at him with deep compassion. He did not deny it. Instead, he said softly, "Yes, I am your father, but I have also become a father to all beings who suffer." Then he placed his hand gently on Rahula's head and said, "Come, I will give you something greater than a kingdom." Rahula did not return to palace life in the same way again. Under the guidance of the Buddha, he later became a monk. He learned discipline, meditation, and wisdom, not as a prince, but as a seeker. He once lost a father to spiritual calling, but he gained something greater in return, a path to understanding suffering and peace. Rahula, the son of the Buddha, dedicated his life to the practice of the Dharma. Through years of sincere training, meditation, and wisdom, he attained arahatship, complete enlightenment. The Buddha praised him as the foremost among those eager to learn. Rahula's journey stands as a timeless example of discipline, humility, and the power of diligent practice.